Good evening, y'all. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm done being flash mad about what just happened in Discord. Holy heck. Wow. But it's okay. I'm not even worried about it. So let me pop in here. Ahty, welcome. Seribot, awesome to see you. Trinity, welcome. It's nice to see you. Fingies, welcome. And yeah, so I think I might have just gotten banned from one of the Discord channels that I promote in for in my copy paste. It contains the word Hermes, which inside that word is a slur. So I'm not altogether confident that like the actual admins are gonna be like, oh well, you know, that's okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. But did you even know? Yeah. I mean, like the word does contain a slur, but it's like if you take the whole word as context, it means something completely different. But bots don't understand context. Is that why the Futurama Discord server got whacked? I had no idea there was a Discord server or that it got whacked. But yeah, I mean, that's context is key. But it is what it is. As long as it isn't one of the team Discords that I'm on, I mean, that I would be very upset about. Very, very upset. Will you speak to admins about it? If I get banned, yes. But it's going to be more of a test to see if they actually know what the bot is doing. But I mean, I posted a reply in that same section. I was like, wow, heavy-handed? Oh, it's because this word had a slur in it. I get it. And like, basically gave like a little tongue lashing and then made a slight edit and then pasted again. So we'll see. Not too worried about it. So, and Ahty, welcome. Tuz, always nice to see you. And Kyra. So Kyra, is it Kira or Kyra? Because I'm always like, every time I see your name, I always struggle with it just a little bit, and I'm self-conscious if I'm actually saying it right. And Bandit the Thief, welcome. Bots are driving vehicles. Think about it. Exactly. And what does driving require copious amounts of? Context. So, yeah. What was I doing? Oh, right. I need to do this. Yep. Hello. So, yeah, tonight is going to be interesting. Very interesting. I can't wait until Tesla makes the first computer to solve the trolley problem. I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in automation. Like, should we be pushing that hard for it? You know, and it's also the question that harkens back to Terminator of all things. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Kira. But I don't mind how anyone pronounces it. Lol, probably just going to change it soon anyway, since others misspell it often anyway. Okay. But in the meantime, Kira, I'll remember that and adjust how I've been saying your name. So I'm just firing up Final Fantasy. Do. Context, awareness, and the ability to realize that they shouldn't run over people, right? And that's the thing. It's like what makes me even more nervous is a billionaire playboy at the helm. You know, willy-nilly buying social networks. I just doesn't fill me with warm feelings. The solution to hard judgment problems often involves changing the operational parameters. There we go. So this black robe, this Ascian garb is really... it's growing on me. Like some of the screenshots I've gotten with me wearing it, I've really, really liked it. I might stick with this for a while. $53, wow, there's a lot of people playing tonight. Well, that's just the people in the queue. Usually, what I've been used to seeing lately is like 12 and 18 and things like that. So, but yeah, literally, when I got out of Ktisis last night, this is where I ended up, and this is where we called it. So basically, we went to, I think it's Ktisis Hyperborea, the dungeon, and we got in a fight with Hermes and won. Unfortunately, Midian got away, but not before Vana planted a little tracking enchantment. So we'll see where that goes. Also, Kairos was there, and unfortunately, Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus got the brunt of getting their memory wiped. But Vana and I were able to get out unscathed. So that's where we're at. So how many are in the world? What is the world's capacity? That is an excellent question, Ahty, which I have no idea. So Dozy last night warned me about what's next, and that I should quote-unquote prepare myself. So tonight is actually probably going to be pretty intense. And judging by how what Trinity said when she popped in, I'm low-key worried about this. So still just here, constantly expecting the title screen to start yelling at me like it was in Shadowbringers, right? I do too, Trinity. I was saying last night that I'm going to be really sad when we have to leave. Because, like, it's not only the music, but it's just this entire area. And how pretty it is. I mean, I'm just gonna, before I pick up that quest, I'm just gonna head up here real quick. Because this is a nicer vantage point. For the folks that, you know, haven't been around for, like, a stream or two. Just how amazing this place is. I mean, honestly, wouldn't you just want to live here forever? Did you find the OG lesbian up there, Ahty? No, no. I don't think I have. For now, I've been skirting the side quests because I'm a 90 and I don't really want to go through the rest of the game as a red mage. So I've been skipping side quests and just doing MSQ only. Is it okay to send an in-game friend request your way? Absolutely, Kira. Absolutely. Please do. I like that the weather is constrained to biomes, yeah. Accept friend request? Absolutely. There you go. Cool. Also a bard. Or at least playing a bard right now. Bard gang, bard gang, bard gang. So head east from here. She's just an NPC with no quest. Okay. East. Let's hop on Nugs and a band of bards. That would actually be a fun raid party. Oops, all bards. I don't think we can do that, but might be able to do it. I don't know. I'm supposed to go east. You're on the right platform. Okay. Did you hear about the non-binary prospector? He told me about gold up in them there hills. Wow. Hi, Ryu. Welcome. Head straight north. Okay. You'll know when you find her. See how the Aether of Leith returns to the star as it rains down from above? Not as wasted. I'm getting warmer. No worries. No worries, Trinity. Losing myself in a thought of fascinating tome is how I set my mind to rights. How do you revive your flagging spirits? Oh, okay. I rest but do not sleep. When you are far away, softer a dream island than our children find and leave. Oh, Paula. Welcome. Holy heck. OG lesbian. Awesome. Give Paula a big old shout out. Congrats on that race today, Paula. Tuz, that's probably the most popular redeem I have right now. Had a feeling it would be overused. Oh no, it's certainly not overused. It cracks me up every time I hear it. And thank you for sharing that with me, Trinity. That's awesome. Oh my God, Bagel! Bagel! Bagel, how are you doing? How was your stream tonight? How was Stanley Parable? That's a game I've wanted to try for a while. Holy heck. Welcome. Ooh, I'm getting beamed. Oh wow, thank you all for coming by. Thank you, Bagel, for the raid, and welcome, raiders. If you're not familiar already, my name is Ahty. I'm a transferee gamer from Oregon. I play mostly RPG games and stuff, like Final Fantasy XIV. I also have plans to play Nier in the near future, I guess, if you like a bad pun. Also, we got Final Fantasy 15 on a Steam sale, so we're going to try that eventually. And also, at some point, pretty soon, we're going to do some Guild Wars 2, I think, with Tozu. So, and then, also, I play other stuff, like we went through the whole Halo series together, minus Halo 5 because I don't have an Xbone. The community here is pretty chill and relaxed. We're all friends and stuff, so if that seems like your jam, please feel free to drop a follow. Just kick your feet up and enjoy. Tonight is going to be a pretty intense night, so I hope you're all ready. J.E. Ballard. I'm going to butcher your name, but J.E. Ballard, thank you so much for the follow. Hopefully I said your name right, and please feel free to correct me if I didn't. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. Ahty, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emetselk and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains is in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. Oof. This is gonna make me sad. I do not want to leave this place. just so heckin' gorgeous. Will you be able to return to do quests? Yes. And I will be back in the near future. I just want to, I just want to practice and get used to Red Mage on my own without being on stream. Not that I have anything against playing it, I think that y'all would just get kind of bored with me constantly screwing up the rotation on Red Mage. So I just want to get a little bit more proficient at it, and then I'll revisit pretty much all the side quests that we skipped. Like, not just in this area, but other ones too. There she is. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Prepare thyself, Ahty. I'm prepared. As prepared as I'm ever going to be.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Hyena Bangs, welcome. I don't know you could be prepared for what's about to happen though. Okay. Yes, this is where we part ways.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind, who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins, We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us.
Gaian Luck, welcome. Doing okay. Tonight is going to be intense, I think.
We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path.
Camping is intense. Thank you, Tozu.
And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Goodbye, Vana.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer Hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Snyder, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, oh my gosh.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so, so much. Right, she's so good. Snyder, thank you so much for that raid, and welcome raiders. My name is Ahty. I mainly play RPG games, like Final Fantasy XIV here. We have plans to play some Final Fantasy... Thank you, Tozu. We have plans to play Final Fantasy 15 eventually, as well as Nier Automata. I play like some other stuff too, like Halo. We played through all the Halo series, so we're not opposed to doing some FPS shooters, provided they have a good story. We're also planning on playing some Guild Wars 2 with Tozu eventually. We just have to firm up a time. So, the community here is pretty laid back and chill. We're all friends, and, you know, we just love to hang out and vibe and chill. If that sounds like your jam, please feel free to leave a follow, if you would like. Otherwise, kick your feet up. You know, enjoy the show. We just got through an intense cinematic. I was not prepared for that.
What are you doing?
It was yet another perspective on the final days. What befell the ancients. And I'm speechless. That is a lot to unpack. Oh, holy heck. But thanks you all so much for coming by and chilling. Thank you so much. Let me catch up with chat a little bit. Hermes, I will strive to bring honor to this seat. Almost immediate fire and destruction afterwards, yep. And never more does it hit than in this scene. This screen is my response to, can video games be art? Yeah. Trust me, Remlock, I got plenty of screenshots. That was just incredible. So please open your eyes. If we cannot accept the truth and learn, then our plight will be repeated. Answers lyrics. Now open your eyes while our plight is repeated, right? So Ahty, see what I mean by you can't really prepare for that cutscene, right? Shit is fucked, but hey, don't take my word for it. Doot. It answers so many questions. It sheds light on lore and right? I'm gonna have to rewatch that a couple of times, as tough as it's going to be. Because I think only then is it gonna make like full sense. And pets. But holy heck. Oh my gosh. And it's especially it hits close to home also because one of the things one of the things that I've been listening to at work for music is that song that was playing. I forget what I always forget what the title of that song is. But like one of the lyrics in it is "Thou must live, die, and know." And that was the title of that quest that we were on. Answers yes. And then just like that coupled with the Crystarium theme at night, and then just followed by the whole OST for Shadowbringers is just I drift away, you know. It's just so good. It was in the ARR opening cinematic and in the closing hours of Heavensward right before Stormblood, yep. To be honest, you only listen to Samba de Chocobo at work. You're right, you got me. Oh, how I miss this place. This ramen is top tier. Ooh, I'm jealous. God, and then coming back to hearing the melody of Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That's a mean 1-2 punch, right? Yep, and we could still go back. I think the hardest scene for Ahty was at the end of Shadowbringers. You're right. I wept. I heckin' wept. That's why whenever I come back to the Crystarium, I just get all wistful, I guess. Such an incredible point in time. Back to the annex. The music in this place sounds like a song I'd build a house to. Yeah. In the town, yeah, I get it. Holy heck. Ahty, impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off to the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. I'm kind of curious how long they think I've been gone also. So have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. For some meaning of the word gone, yeah, basically. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Elise and Alphino have been traveling all over. Yes, in the final days, Taco Bell won the food wars, and people have to use the 3 seashells when they use the bathroom. That is a 1-2 punch right there. Corrosia, you good bean. Corrosia, thank you so much for the raid. Holy heck. How was Life of Strange True Colors tonight? Tozu, I have seen Demolition Man. My favorite scene is when Sylvester Stallone says obscenity after obscenity after obscenity while ripping these, like, citation receipts out of a machine and crumples them up. It was just... Howdy, friend. Happy, sad. Yeah. I was lurking in that stream pretty much the whole time. But I couldn't... I'm sorry that I couldn't watch. Spoilers and stuff, but... Holy heck, yeah, that's a good game. Hiya, Gabe. Welcome. Yeah, you missed it, Corrosia. We just departed Elpis, and now we're back in old Charlane. We're in the DLC prequel, and it's pretty cool. I didn't know there was one. Holy heck. We had a one-way ticket to Floston Paradise. Nice. Though it bugged twice and assaulted our ears with music ramped up to 2,000 decibels. Wow. Don't know why it bugged so badly. That's weird. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amenas is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. Suck. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people at Radzatan. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. You're close to some incredibly epic moments and epic screenshots in your future, I see. I already got quite a bit of epic ones tonight. But there's more in store for us. She's gone from suck to blow! That's a Spaceballs reference. By the way, I may smell of duct tape today. I did the thing. Now to mail it off.
The nozzle.
Wow, Tozu, that's huge. The nozzle. That is huge. I'm so happy for you, Tozu. I can't wait. So far, so good. But that's where things get a little strange. Apparently the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel, and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Me though, same though. By the way, no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure Wavelengths, the DLC, made a reference to both the Foth and Brave Fencer Musashi. Interesting. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alize, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now... the final days have come to Garlemald. As if things couldn't get any worse there. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then, panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Ahty. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was the first port of call, so you'd better start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. I'll BRB, Grandpa needs creamed. Are we just not using phrasing anymore? That gave me an idea for a redeem. Oh my god. Or at least a sound effect in chat. That's my secret, Cap. I never was. I wanted to spam Dark Lord. Well, honestly, I need to get a soundbite of Archer just screaming, "Phrasing!" I need the reverb one is so good. So off to Camp Broken Glass. Oh, it's a solo duty. Interesting. There she be. Ahty, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart? Upon departing Magna Glacia, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. More cutscenes tonight. Camp Broken Glass, or what we named Windows 11 after we found how broken it was. Wow. Shots fired. I don't know what everyone else's feelings on Windows 11 is, but like I don't like. If I wanted a Chromebook, I would have bought a Chromebook. That's what it looks like to me. A lot of cutscenes tonight. Cutscenes and combat. It's solo duty time. Nice. I wanted to call this place Shattered Water. It's crispy water. Earlier on the Magna Glacius.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not for the same doom we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
He's not the best motivational speaker.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
My little lord. Nice. I guess this is my first taste of Sage.
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
Leave it to me.
Oh no.
Those who can stand, come with me.
I can't do anything for them, can I? Interact with them? Okay.
You're safe now.
Gotcha, okay. Thank you.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Shit. Press the wrong button. So try not to run from enemies. You can't get away, and you can't cast heals while moving. Okay.
Hard, but not hard enough.
Come on, come on. Come on, Astinian. Let's go. Perfect.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
No.
Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape! Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
Welcome, Dozy. Garlanes to the rescue?
Time enough to be of aid, for once.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Alizé.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
That got a little giggle out of me. So I guess I'm the tank.
The nozzle. I only did you to eat your shit.
Tozu, oh my god.
I'm fine.
Not today.
That was a stupid mistake.
ship for
Damn it.
me.
Ah. You stand in those? Yeah, that's just not obvious to me. Sorry. At least I can resume from midway. I'll get it eventually.
I'm fine.
Not today.
Ah, I missed it.
I'm not done yet.
None to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard.
There we go. Oof. Lua Viper, welcome. It's a funny moment in the FF15 event where a character sees the tower and says, "Oh, you're supposed to stand in it? Okay."
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
The thing I remember in Stormblood is when Magnai takes interest in Y'shtola and she just shuts him down. Dozy, one of my favorite parts. The little son part. I laughed so hard. Oh my god. That, like, pretty much sealed it for me. Like, Y'shtola, it was like, she's the best. I died seeing that. I did too. Oh my god.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
I have Pokemon Go this weekend, and I'm so done. I bet. I mean, after walking 10 miles, almost 10 miles one day, and then, like, I don't know how much you did today.
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Oh, you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Another one?
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less.
Who
You
cares
might
about your
never
dad?
measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
She's an Ascian now. This is precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen. Oh my god. Which one do I pick? I picked the last one. I know you're a butt, but yeah, but should you be running around calling yourself an Ascian? Number 3? Okay. Number 3. This is precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen. Aww.
I can look after myself, you know.
Poor Alize.
Everything's in order, I trust?
Let's waste this thing.
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Look at that bow. I wonder who gave that to me.
for the ages.
Oh, I still caught it. Damn it.
Just the beginning.
I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
I wanted Raban to fight these with me, right?
On your feet.
I love Raban. Raban is such a good character, too.
Leave the healing to me. I am in your debt.
Now,
Shit.
where were we?
There we go. Nice. Oh. Go, flee, and clear your names. I will get to the bottom of this. Leave the healing to me, Alphino. You died one time while I was going through the MSQ and had to res your ass. What the Ahty doing? Oh, we are back from Elpis. And the blasphemy spread has spread to Garlemald now.
You must board without
And that's
delay.
where we are.
The ship will depart ere long.
The Bloody Banquet was my favorite part of this game. Oh man, that Bloody Banquet. Whew. Oh, I miss cutscenes. I will have to watch the VOD. Definitely. Also, I'm gonna be uploading it to YouTube. So that'll be it'll be available on YouTube probably tomorrow morning, actually. YouTube.
Your offer
Yeah,
to host us
absolutely.
in Charlian is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Yeah, so basically I have all of my VODs uploaded to YouTube going back to, I think, about mid-August last year. I pretty much just use it to store VODs indefinitely. So that's a great place to go if you want to brush up on stuff. The Bloody Banquet literally got Warrior of Light traumatized with goblets. Don't trust anyone giving you drinks, right?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to Old Charlian. Please.
Oh, there was that one time in Heaven's Word where you got tricked into drinking something that made you fall asleep, right?
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
You know, Bandit,
Seems they've a new destination.
I never noticed that. I'm gonna have to look at that.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes, replay the whole game to look for that one tidbit. I will.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
More of them.
Ooh.
Xenos! Here!
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Are we gonna fight King Butthead here?
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected
What are you doing?
Ah, Jaster, welcome. Well, Amaric is having the time of his life now. How you doing, Jaster? How's your weekend been?
So I hone my blade, and I wait.
Took the lady down to Sun River to celebrate her end of school. Awesome. I hope you all had a blast. Very relaxing to disconnect and relax, just us.
That's
nice.
all you care about.
Yep, that's all he cares about, Euless. My weekend has been fantastic, and tonight is no exception. I'm having a blast right now.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians.
He went from... Glad to hear it, friendo, right? He
I
went
only did you think that you're going to
Jaster, that was that was Tozu poisoning my mind with that one. It's just pixels, Euless. Pixels. You're going to replace them next season anyway. What?
Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death.
I'm a celebrious collaborator of chaos. Yep.
The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did. For what?
Sport.
For nothing in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
He's a monster.
For your own sake, Euless, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
He wants you to transform, dude. Swallow it.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous.
He's a snake.
How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends. Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone.
Gosh, they nailed Xenos' voice actor. They nailed it. Oh my gosh. I may or may not have accidentally given up my deity to blood pledge to a new one and lost a level, but then rolled well enough to random chance to get a different class bestowed upon me. Ooh. He's a snake, that's kind of making a point, yeah. Using the blood of my party members, animal could be... Wow.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you.
Anywho, no spoilers for me. Just needed to show you some support tonight. Enjoy your Final Fantasy XIV, friendo. Will do. Thank you so much for the lurk, Jasto, and thanks for stopping by.
So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Wow. You will never be Mufasa. I mean, wrong franchise. And yet I'm glad for Alize spitting back as well, right? She's a fantastic character too. This feels like one of my D&D sessions. We're supposed to be fighting, but
We're
the party
ready to
gets
depart.
sidetracked.
The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being.
The party gets sidetracked in the philosophical debate with the bad guy. I need to care about what the Warrior of Light wants? Well, roll for persuasion.
There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer.
But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
Ahty, I wanted to come in and say I adore you and hope you're well. I sadly can't stay as you are ahead of me in story, but hope you're well and stream has been fun. Sinful, thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a heck of a lot, and I hope you're well too. You're a heckin' good bean. I'm so thankful for you. Give some shout-outs in here too. Sinful, I have never been so sure of a thing. That happened a long time ago. So, Sinful here, Screaming Doggo, is actually part of the Storyteller stream team that I'm on, and honestly, she is probably one of the most caring people that I know of, who's super fun and nice. Their streams are always a blast. Y'all should definitely check her out. And also Dozy here in the stream too. Dozy is amazing also, and also plays Final Fantasy XIV. Is a heckin' good bean and a longtime supporter of the stream, and y'all should definitely follow if you don't already. I've got to drive home now, but I will be back. Alrighty, Bandit. Take care. Drive safe. It's 10 o'clock and time for Master Betty's nap. Oh, you're headed to bed. You're headed to bed, Tozu. Tozu, it's been so long since I've seen that. So long.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned.
Was quoting when the guy's big toe was bleeding, but yes, time for me to sleep. Okie doke, Tozu. Sleep well, okay? And we have to talk more about when we want to start Guild Wars 2 and what we want to do. We should definitely talk about that soon.
If you would like to join as well, Euless, we can speak of recent events on the way.
Auf Wiedersehen, Lakanak and Bon Wheat. Good night, Tozu.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Oh, Estinian, oh my god. Oh, Estinian. Yes, officer, I'd like to report a murder. Well, Ahty, if you are so bold to talk so highly of me, you will hear from me that you have such an infectious and welcoming personality. You are fantastic and attentive to your community, and you're just cute overall. Boom, got him. I must run from spoilers. Oh. And right then, Skifty, thank you so much for the raid. Holy heck. How was Minecraft tonight? Oof. Skifty, welcome. And welcome raiders. Thank you all for coming by. I love Minecraft so much. Y'all, it's such a guilty pleasure. I haven't played in a while, but like I want to get back to it. Holy heck, how was Minecraft? It was good. I was just grinding basically. Okay. Getting resources and stuff. Oh yes. I know that. Heck. Yeah, like basically every time I log on to my PC and fire up Twitch, I typically watch Hazarino and Tikri in the mornings. And Tikri has been playing lots of Minecraft for really long periods of time, and it's so good. And Tikri never fails to get me inspired to play Minecraft again, and it just makes me yearn for it. I talked a lot about American politics in Spanish. Oh yeah, I bet that was... Oof, there's a lot to talk about there. Oh, extras. There's a lot of extras. That the final days should manifest here too, after everything these people have suffered, is a fate cruel beyond words. Nevertheless, with allies old and new at our side, there is yet reason to be hopeful. It's been a while since last we spoke. For some time, I was not myself. Lucia and the others told me what happened that night, and about the events that took place while I was receiving treatment. It was only then I realized the lengths you and yours go to. I know I might never be able to repay you, but I'll be damned if I don't try. And most of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for everything you've done and continue to do for the sake of my people. Wow, that is quite different. He is quite different from the Ulyss I left Garlemald. When I left Garlemald, oh my god. At the very least, I am glad our own members are accounted for. This is the contingent's base of operations, I take it? Though there will be time later to discuss your journey to the First, there is one thing I must ask. Did you perchance speak with our friends in the Crystarium? Strange that they would express such similar sentiments. Identical, in fact, but their advice is duly noted. We couldn't save them all, but if we'd arrived at any later, it would have been a massacre. Things were looking bleak until you and the First turned up. Yeah, Ulyss gets a nice glow up. Yeah. To see Xeno standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. You know, no worries, Alize. You were on point with everything you said. Ah, Snark Queen, welcome! When I had to go back to the Crystarium, I don't know why, but I thought that maybe Runar had a new dialogue, but nope, yeah. Snark Queen, hope you well. Hope you are well. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about it all. It's good to see you again.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much.
Remind me, have we just arrived in Garlemald? We just arrived after our trip to the First, and we were thrown back in time to Elpis. This is our first time back after all of that.
You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere.
This is our second visit to Garlemald. We've already been in from the cold, if that's what you mean. The this is Thancred part is done. Dozy, oh my god. This is Thancred.
Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Father Walker, gruff elf dad secretly cares. News at 11. Yeah, I think he always cared, but the thing is, like, he was very mad for a long time, you know? But, like, you know, fits of anger, however long they are, I mean, you know, they fade away eventually, and then, you know, how you really feel shines through. So time heals all wounds, so to speak.
Did you hear something just now?
Those ears. What is a bunny person doing here?
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
What? Oh, thank goodness it's only comic relief. Is that pudding way?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
Oh, there he is.
And to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
'Tis soothing that we avail thine eyes to Euronjay's heckin' bikini in the blizzard. Come on, dude. He still can't talk like a person.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Right? Alizé's thinking exactly what I was thinking. I love this part. That got me so hard when I played. That man knows what he's working with.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're going to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Ktisis. Urianger made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
Aww. Pudding way.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydaelyn's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
Pudding way, best Benoy. No lies detected.
From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they
Benoys? Yes.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydaelyn's right paw. That last bit is very important, as am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us.
It's funny that Fortuno doesn't even know what the collaborators look like, right? Even now, he's finding it difficult to find the words for it.
As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Good to haveth you back.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well.
I love the snark we get to have in this expansion, right?
Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
A pudding way in the
If that's all
back.
quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Snarky options are always fun, right?
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly
Pudding
once
way.
you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Right there. One of my friends always takes the ... option when they can. Wow, how do we get here? I dare say, Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Ah, I still can't do that. What we can do... nothing. I love it when they added these comical scenes since Shadowbringers, right? Me too. I mean, it's just that there's lots of heavy story, sure, but like, you know, having the little bits of comic relief here and there are definitely appreciated. Remember when Euron tried to walk on water? I do. Papa Fortuno gave you a ride. Yep. Yeah, they do a very good job of pacing and the heavy and light bits in the last couple storylines. Yep. I see you, Dozy. I see you. I see you. Enemy of innocence. It's been very good with heavy things get at times, yeah, it really is. There's me in my Asian garb. Not that I'm complaining, Euron, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Atheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kryl tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. Euron, the Loperites whisperer. Right. I have news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. Y'shtola, my wife. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? So then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. We're an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. Man, the explanation of the whole Elpis thing must have been wild there, right? But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Medion. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Ktisis. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Medion. So I went back in time like 10,000 years. It turns out there's a hole in the ozone layer, and that's the plot. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion and we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vana, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Ktisis, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? The Vana I know would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. Ahty's storytelling skill is legendary. In mere seconds, and with a little arm waving, she does a brain dump into all within earshot. We just need to go to the edge of the universe, kill a bunch of birds that can control waves of unseeable energy while hoarding despair. No big deal. Right? So what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. It sounds like, to me, one of two things is going to happen. That Fortuno will have to ferry all of these people to the moon through the portal, and we'll have to use the as-yet unfinished Forum ship to reach Medion, or we go back to the moon and ask the bunny people super nicely if we could drive the moon to Medion instead. It's the ultimate sign language, right? Paula, welcome! I'm going to give Paula a shout out because it's my stream and nobody can tell me what to do. Because Paula is fantastic. No worries, Paula. Thank you so much. No, heck! Again, my stream. I do what I want. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? I want to drive the moon, right? Go to McDonald's? That's one hell of a drive-through, Dozy. Oh, thank you so much for taking my order so late at night. I'd normally order a Big Mac, but I'm kind of driving a Moon, so can I have the biggest Mac? Ah, Fyra, welcome. How are you? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Arenvold and other Echo-blessed allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the antitower. I've always wondered how one drives the Moon very, very carefully. Give it a wide berth. It has a rather large turning radius. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the ethereal sea, but closer to home. Drive a Moon to McDonald's and order Big Mac the knife. What? Discovered a game on the PS1 I wish I had when I was younger. Oh? Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from the forum. Your presence is required in the rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Moon too thick. Right? Needs a big sticker on the back. Caution, wide vehicle. Speak with the Rostra steward, okay? I'm gonna talk to extras. To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Umbral Calamity averted. In this timeline, at least, too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Aetheris now. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Amenis for a time. Being an Imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith that the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. Hold on, what's the moon here actually called? I think it's actually just called the moon. There used to be another moon, Dalamud, which was a construct, basically to imprison Bahamut. But we know what happened to that. I don't know if it has a special name, to be honest. Well, the small one was Dalamud, yeah. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as the custodian of the Antitower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand? I bet not. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Hydaelyn using the Elpis flowers. The FF Wiki says it's either the Silver Moon or the Moon. Okay. All I've heard was when the forum called it the Silver Moon, yeah. Second question, are all our heavenly bodies weird ancient constructs? I don't know. That's probably a big question, right? What if our moon was hollow? What if our moon had a bunch of bunny people sleeping inside it, waiting for some unknowable, invisible force to trigger the apocalypse? No real name, but found this. The larger moon is said to be represented by the goddess Menfina. Interesting. It just occurred to me, this world has no natural moon. I am now under the impression our moon has Benoys. I must walk the moon. Yes, same. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Fandaniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The roster reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. Father has granted us opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out. To the rostra! Well, that was a much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts on the Magna Glacius didn't go unnoticed. 'Twas Heideland's commandment that, in the event Zodiark should perish, the Loporrits were to deliver the people of Atheris from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist in our efforts to reach Meteon, we would do well to heed their counsel. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives. But it's like we discussed at the Great Work. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death. Others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. Indeed. Hiya Tyler, welcome. How are you doing? I'll give Tyler a shout out. Tyler's a good bean and a great streamer. There we go. Well, here we go. The forum is in section, and as such, the roster is closed to visitors. A scion of the Seventh Dawn? Very well. You may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. It's just like, whatever, I'm the warrior of light. I'll carry my bow wherever I want. I'm gonna grab this real quick. There we go. No. Brings out my Moogle book, what? But I'm a scholar. My book contains knowledge. I'm literally unable to unequip my weapon, right? It is glued to my back.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends.
I should really do some of the artifact weapon quests so I can get the mock tea kettles. I should be doing some of the artifact weapon stuff also. I have to basically have to collect them from all the expansions, or at least I would like to.
By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far. Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us, and the people of Radzat-Han.
The older ones are a little less miserable now after some nerfs to the steps. Okay. It wasn't that much of a grind. Wait, what do you mean, part 2 of 9?
The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Charlian has labored these many long years.
Andy, welcome. Andy's a good bean. Let me give him a shout out. There you go.
We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
I don't like the sound of that.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
So we leave the beast tribes behind. That's what I read into that.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated.
Logical, but at the same time, yeah.
At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient.
But hey, that's why we're trying to save the world, right?
Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on two conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
Here it comes. Time for me to sleep. Have a great rest of the stream and evening, Ahty. Take care, all. Take care, Kira. Rest well, okay? Sleep well. Have a great night.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
I love that guy.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Hmm.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Forum basically going, we've got nothing much to lose and everything to gain from this, whether this works or not, right?
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Question. Is the voice actor for Fortuneau the same as Xenos? They sound very similar to me. Wow. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the Forum's plans. There may have been clues here and there, had I been of a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibility only serves to further wound my pride. Anthony Howell is the English dub voice of Fortuneau Lavier in Final Fantasy XIV. They do not share a voice actor. Okay, I checked. Okay. Gotcha, okay. They sound so similar. I was like, after he'd gotten done talking, I was like, are they the same? Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. Even now, the whole idea seems positively absurd when spoken aloud. Of course, they sound similar. Everyone's British, right? Of late, I have seen no sign of the Loperates. This being their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Sharlayan, the potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. Perhaps if Midgard Sormer were still alive, in the traditional sense that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speeds. Then again, there's no guarantee his contribution would make enough of a difference to the matter. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on observations of celestial bodies, such as the sun and moon, but from your account it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a similar manner. I don't want to get out of bed, but I have to go to work today. Boo, boo, I say. Indeed, boo. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. I mentioned this while Vanan knew the final days would reoccur at a defined point in the future. She presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the Forum's preparations to escape to the moon, aligned so closely with the advent of the final days, is surely no coincidence. I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the Forum's replacement for the Anti-Tower, though I expect that in time they'll share that too with us, and with Master Matoya, if they've any sense. I'll admit bringing up the issue of the Forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about the current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, was when they took Alphinaud up on his offer. While I very much take issue with the Forum's approach to selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize the potential conflicts. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself will become entirely unnecessary. Yeah, this will be interesting. Rest assured, I have every intention of honoring the Forum's decision. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Heidelin and reaching Medion, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards the objective simultaneously. Ancients, what's a moon? Time for a real Hail Mary plan, or you could say a moonshot, right? However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Right? Alright. So I think, considering what time it is, I think it's a good time to wrap up. So I think I'm going to see who we can raid. let's see who we got. Who is on right now? Sounds good. Thank you for stream. It was lovely. Thank you so much for coming by, Jay. And I'm really glad you like it. You know, this is my first playthrough of this game, and I just feel super fortunate for being able to share it with everyone. So it's fantastic when new folks come by and stick around. I really appreciate it. Now, let's see. So, we've got a choice. I'm not going to say who I'm thinking of, but do y'all want to watch some Dwarf Fortress tonight? Or Fall Guys Ultimate? It's exciting to see someone else going through the story. I'll certainly keep coming around. Alright. I'll look forward to it. Let's see, who else? There's also Elden Ring, if you guys are into Elden Ring. And also, if anybody in the chat has any ideas on someone new that we could raid, I would certainly welcome it too. If you all know of somebody that I don't, I'm definitely here to hear it. I'm always into meeting new folks. I'd go with Fall Guys, I guess. Okay. So it's actually somebody that I have been following for quite a long time. I have lurked in their communities for quite a while. I haven't really done a ton of talking in chat, but they're super nice. Super nice, a fantastic 3D artist. It's a person named Ktisis. They're doing a marathon stream right now, and is playing Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. So I think y'all will like them. So why don't we head over there and have a good time? Cade is a good bean. Alright. So, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Please, y'all, stick around for the raid. Cade is a really good bean. It's somebody we have never raided before. They have a cute model and are a fantastic 3D artist, and actually has helped lots of folks I know with their videos on how to do some different things with Unity and things like that. Super smart and a fountain of knowledge if you're just starting to get into that sort of thing. Thanks for streaming, Ahty. You're welcome, Dozy. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming by. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to slide into the bed and get some sleeps. Sleep, sleep, sleep. It sounds so good right now. But the next time I'm going to be streaming is Tuesday. There's Dozy. The next time I'm going to be streaming is Tuesday, 6 p.m. PST. We're going to go back into Xenoblade Chronicles and have a good time. I got to progress the story a bit, which I haven't done in a while. And that'll be fun. So I hope to see you all then. Until then, have a great start to your weeks. And we'll see you Tuesday. Take care, folks. Have a great night, okay? Bye-bye.